What's up, everybody? Welcome to Diamond Owl Studios. I'm Paper Chase.
And it's the one and only Diamond Don Juan. We're back with another reaction just for you.
That's right. And today we are reacting to Kenny Chesney, Don't Blink.
That's right.
Don't blink.
Oh, dude, I'll beat you at a staring contest. Don't tempt me, bro. Don't even start with me, dude.
We both have keratoconus. Did I just say that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we both have.
Our eyeballs are melting, if you didn't know what that meant. Literally.
Yeah. Our corneas won't
It's like
heal
wax.
themselves.
Yeah, it's like wax. They're just melting. We're both going to go blind. Can you
That's
believe
not
that? We should change our name to the blind leading the blind.
Yeah.
We only have so much time, so I'm glad that you could join us on this reaction because pretty soon we'll still be able to do music reactions. We just won't be able to react to the videos.
That's true. That's very true.
Anyways, what are we reacting to today?
I already told him.
You told him. Kenny Chesney's Don't Blink.
Yeah. And he has very bad memory, too. He can't remember anything these days.
Yeah.
But I've never heard the song. Have you heard the song?
No.
No?
That's what the point of our channel is.
Well, there's... the fuck up. There's all kinds of times where somebody commented today and they were like, if it was a video I did by myself, they were like, if your partner was here, he'd say, I've heard this song, but not in a long time, and I haven't listened to it all the way through. Because that's kind of your, like, that's your...
I'm trying to be honest.
Cool.
You know?
But we've never heard the song. Very first time, genuine reaction. Let's get into it. You gotta press play, man.
When I was a kid, about 8, 9 years old, I lay down in the grass and with my body become the star and moon and all that. That was a good life. But today, my golly, the life goes like a bullet, too fast. One day to another, look like 1 hour. But now, since I've been older, different subject.
What would you tell this new generation about life?
To give love and respect, not all day, every day, but at least twice a week to your mother and father, especially mother.
I turned on the evening news, saw an old man being interviewed, turning 102 today. They asked him what's the secret to life. He looked up from his old pipe, laughed and said, all I can say is, don't blink. Just like that, you're 6 years old and you take a nap and you wake up and you're 25, then your high school sweetheart becomes your wife. Don't blink, you just might miss your babies growing like mine did, turning into moms and dads. Next thing you know, you better have a 50 years as they're in bed, and you pray and God takes you instead. Trust me, friend, 100 years goes faster than you think, so don't blink.
And I'm a sap, dude. These are the kind of videos that get me. These are like, I'm about to be choked up and crying here any second now.
It's just so real, man. I remember you're 31?
Mm-hmm.
I remember being 30 years old. I distinctly remember, because I feel like 30 is like a big birthday. You know, there's these certain birthdays, 16, 21, 30, 40. You know, it literally goes by so fast. I was thinking about this the other day because we were doing a reaction and I was like, damn, man, I remember being Chase's age and feeling a certain way about life. And like, here I am. And literally 20 years almost has gone by in the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
Just like so quickly. And I feel like, songs like this are just a reminder that you can kind of get carried away by life, that, you just get picked up in the momentum of life.
Mm-hmm.
And I never thought that I would be like, I fell into doing like roofing sales. It wasn't like a career choice where I was like, oh yeah, it just kind of like this opportunity presented itself. And then before you knew it, I'm like, damn, I've been doing it almost 20 years. My life just took this direction.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I feel like this is one of those videos that's gonna spark a lot of conversation. So let's get through it. Let's finish it, and then we'll talk a little bit. So stay tuned for that. But this video, I mean, this song it's kind of getting to me, man.
For sure.
Well, I was glued to my TV when it looked like he looked at me and said, best start putting first things first. 'Cause when your hourglass runs out of sand, you can't flip it over and start again. Take every breath God gives you for what it's worth. Don't blink, just like that, you're 6 years old and you take a nap and you wake up and you're 25, then your high school sweetheart becomes your wife. Don't blink, you just might miss your babies growing like mine did, turning into moms and dads. Next thing you know, you better have 50 years is there in bed, and you pray and God takes you instead. Trust me, friend, 100 years goes faster than you think, so don't blink. So I've been trying to slow it down, I've been trying to take it easy in this here today, gone tomorrow world we're living in. So don't blink, just like that, you're 6 years old and you take a nap and you wake up and you're 25, then your high school sweetheart becomes your wife. Don't blink, you just might miss your babies growing like mine did, turning into moms and dads. Next thing you know, you better have 50 years is there in bed, and you pray and God takes you instead. Trust me, friend, 100 years goes faster than you think, so don't blink. No, don't blink. Don't blink. Life goes faster than you think, so don't blink. Life goes faster than you think, don't blink. Don't blink. Life goes faster than you think.
Man. Oh God. I don't know if we needed to hear that song today.
Well, we obviously did. If it's hitting you like that,
I mean, yo,
you
it's
needed the message.
yeah, it's crazy. It's just crazy, like I'm at the stage of like fatherhood, and my life's just speeding up, and like especially once you have a kid, like God, like my kid is getting so big, so fast, so like she's only 6, but like I remember just the other day when she was just a tiny little baby, and it just the other day she was like playing. I don't remember even what happened, but it just like brought back this memory of when I was 6, and it was just so vivid in my head. And then I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's 25 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. And people will tell you this. Like, I remember people, saying this to me, like, they grow up so fast. They grow up so fast. And that's kind of why I was reminiscing the other day when, we're having this combo, and it's like, damn, he's like 30 years old. I was thinking about your daughter and, her age. And like, it literally happens overnight. Like, you just, snap your fingers, and, my son's about to be 18, and, it's just like, it happened that quick. It's like in the moment, that people always say, cherish these moments, value this time that you have together, because one day you'll be looking back and you'll be like, oh, it went by so quickly. And it's like, you hear that, but it's like, until you go through it, it's just so hard to explain. And the time speed up is so bizarre. That's like the biggest thing. Like I feel like I felt it to a degree when I was your age, but I'm telling you, dude, when you hit my age, it's a whole different like world. Like I can see like my mortality. Like I know that my time is limited. Like, you know, as far as like what I can accomplish, like things that I want to do. And it's just simple things. Like I've been, you know, pretty blessed in my life that I've had pretty good health, but I tore my ACL, you know, a couple of years ago. And, you know, just recovering from that is just like a reminder that it's like, you know, these things take time. Like you lose that time. I mean, I stayed pretty active. I stayed like moving around, never got the surgery, but I went like backpacking with Silver, and man, I was so sore. Like my back, like just from, you know, sitting and like whatever, it doesn't matter. It just like immediately, like I just started having pain and like sciatic pain and all this stuff. And I was like, damn, man, like, you know, it just hits different. And it makes you realize, like, I went on an appointment yesterday. I met with this older guy, and, you know, I saw his like garage, you know, that I was going to replace his garage floor in. And, you know, we're just kind of chatting, and I saw all his tools, and I'm like, oh, you do woodworking? He's like, yeah, you know, I was like, what do you do? He's like, oh, I built furniture and cabinets and all this stuff. He's like, it's getting hard though, man. You know, at my age, it's just hard to do it. And I was just thinking, like, you really do have to be grateful because, you know, he's probably in his 70s. So, you know, I got 30 years, but it's like that time goes by so fast. And those things that you think about doing, like, I want to take that trip to Europe, or, you know, I want to do this or that. It's like, yeah, those doors close and those windows close, and you never really know how much time you got.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Science is progressing a lot. Have I told you all the stuff about lobsters?
They live forever, right?
Hypothetically, they could live forever.
Yeah.
If kept in the perfect environment intended to.
Is that why you're dressed like a lobster today? You got the lobster colors on?
Exactly. But who knows? There could be advances in technology. But yeah, I mean, just going back to the whole, you know, idea of like this song really hit me because it's not even about my life. Like I understand that like my mortality is a real thing, you know, and I choose to just live my life to the fullest. I know one day I won't be here anymore. But like the part that hit me is just like about your kids, you know, like growing up, because it's like, yeah, it's happening before my eyes. And more than ever, I've been like just seeing these massive shifts in like my daughter's attitude, and like not even in a negative way, but just like she's maturing so fast. And I'm like I'm more than ever like holding on to it, you know, like I wake up in the morning at like, you know, like this morning I woke up at like 5:30, right? And I work till 7, and then I usually wake her up at 7:30. I just like got in bed and in her bed and just like laid and like cuddled her and was like staring at her for 30 minutes. Like, just stop growing up, you know? And like, man, it's tough, you know? And all I can do now is have another kid. Because like, it's just the progress baby days are over, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
but there are those moments like I've shared this story before, but I was traveling across the country, and, you know, it's pretty lonely. And I met this super nice family in Virginia. And I don't know, maybe this is from a country song because it sounds like a country song, but we were having this heart to heart because he was like, where are you from? You know, blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, you don't know anybody out? Come over, you know, and I became like family, invite me over every weekend. So we're having one of these heart to hearts, you know, drinking some whiskey and sitting there. And he's like, you know, everybody talks about the first time, but people don't really talk about the last time. And he's like, it's the last times that really get you. And we were talking about like kids. I was talking about like traveling and, you know, being away, you know, and my son growing up and me just missing these moments. And he's like, you know, I would always like take my daughter on the riding lawnmower, you know, and take her out there because that's how she would fall asleep. And it just became our thing. She'd come out on the riding lawnmower and, you know, and then fall asleep. And even as she got older, we'd do it, you know, sometimes. And he's like, then at a certain point, she just got older and bigger. And like, it just stopped being a thing, you know? And I didn't realize that the last time I did it, I'm getting choked up thinking about it. He's like, I didn't realize that was going to be the last time, you know? He's like, it was years ago, but there was a last time for that. And he's like, and you have these last times. And, there will come a time when, your kid's like, no, dad, get off me.
Yeah, there's that saying, like, you never know the last time you pick your kid up,
Yeah,
and,
it's just crazy.
yeah, that's so funny because like this morning, like, I get her up and I pick her up every morning out of bed and take her to the shower.
Yeah.
And like put her in the bathroom, and then she gets in the shower and she like she has her little thing where she like picks her up and she wants me to have the doors like shut kind of so she can kick them open in the morning. That's her thing. And I was like carrying it this morning. I don't remember what prompted, but she was like, am I getting heavy or something? I was like, no, baby, I'll always be able to carry you. She's like, always, even when I'm a grown up? I'm like, yep, I got you, girl. Like,
Yeah, it's
but-
funny. I got a picture of me and Silver. Silver's like, taller than me, bigger than me. And like a year or two ago, I mean, it was fairly recently because he was still, big. At Thanksgiving, we were talking about that, and I'm like, "Oh, my little baby!" Like, and he's
You're
like,
like,
"Shut up,
"Come
Dad!"
here.
And I picked him up, so I've got a picture of me in the kitchen. He's like, "Put me down, Dad," and I'm like, "No, you'll always be."
Oh, that's so funny, dude. That's so funny. Yeah. Oh man, it's just the reality of life, and it's part of the human experience, And I mean, I truly do think I will have another kid someday. Hopefully, relatively soon. I mean, you're still young enough to have another kid if you wanted one.
I feel like that. Here's a fucked up thing is that I feel like I should have had more kids because, in retrospect, if I look at regrets in life, that will be a regret of mine that I didn't have more kids. But at my age, I'm like, realistically speaking, almost 50. Imagine being like 30 and your dad's 80. Like, I feel like it's kind of unfair.
Yeah,
right? Because you're not going to be there for like these important moments of their life.
I agree.
Yeah,
agree
I think it's
completely.
unfair. I think it's fucked up for the kid to be, and yeah, that's just my take on it. And I feel like there would be a element of it that would be selfish. I'm not saying that, I might not have an oops. If I mean, hey, little lady, you know what I'm saying?
There's a huge element that's selfish because, I mean, even think about like,
I want to be the dad that I didn't have. Like, that's the thing. It's like, I want to be that person that's there for your kids to give them wisdom. It's not just like about money. It's just like, hey, those life lessons, just be able to, talk them through, whatever it is, heartbreaks, whatever those things in life are, and just be able to say, hey, I made a lot of mistakes, but hey, I learned from them. And here's the wisdom of a lifetime full of, ups and downs and this and that. It's like, yeah, not being able to be there for them, I feel like is kind of selfish to do that willingly,
Yeah, I agree. I do know, like, I'm not going to name any names, but I know a guy who's 55, 56, and he has a younger wife, and they're trying for a kid right now. And I'm like,
yeah,
do you really want that? I know your wife does, but like,
yeah,
that's kind of crazy.
yeah.
Like when your kid's 14 years old in high school, you're going to be 70?
Yes. And that's what I'm getting at. It's like, Silver looked at me today and he was like, why don't we play catch more? Because I brought the football home. And I was like, dude, that's why I brought the football home, so we could go play. It's like, it's getting nice out. Like, let's go outside and, and imagine being like 70 and just like not being able to move around. Because a lot of people don't take care of themselves either. That's the thing too. Yeah. Anyways.
Well, I told you guys this song was going to provoke some conversations because, man, it's just it's a really honest, real, raw message, like, don't blink, bro. Like, life is just, it does go by, and it's about appreciating the little things. And, like we talk, I know I'm starting something else here for just a second. We always talk so much about like, or at least we've mentioned it a couple times about like looking back, like to a year ago and being like, okay, I had this and this happening. Like, God, those were the days. But like during those days, you were like, fuck this. I'm miserable. I hate life. I should have this. I should have this. And like, we're like, oh, 5 years down the road, we're going to be like, remember when we were just shooting reactions, shooting the shit, how fun that was, dude. But like sometimes we get wrapped up in like, fuck, we're tired. We have a lot of things going on in life.
Yeah. We've got businesses that are our main source of income that, you know what I mean?
We neglect sometimes to do
that we
this.
literally neglect to do this, and family and all those things. And I mean, we were doing it for a reason because it's enjoyable. We enjoy doing this.
Yeah, we do love it. Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like there are realities to life where it's like, you know, yeah, like you said, you're tired. You're like, fuck, man.
We're just not appreciating it for what it is in the
Yeah.
moment. And I think that's been a common theme like my whole life, which I need to, you know, really. I mean, there was like some times in my early 20s where I was like, damn, it does not get any better than this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like broke and whatever. But like, you know, a lot of these times, you know, like when my daughter was young and I was like, you know, a single dad living in an apartment. And I was just like miserable, you know, like with everything. I had so much good things going on around me, but I was like choosing to just live in the negative. And I look back sometimes, I was like, man, those were such good days. And then I remember my mood and how I felt. And I'm like, you didn't fucking enjoy those days in the moment at all.
Yeah, I think that's the key takeaway for a song like this is that gratitude, those elements of gratitude, because, you know, I talked about this on another reaction recently where, you know, another older person that I was talking to, you know, looked at me and referred to me as young man, you know, and I was
And
just
you're
like, but there is a reality to it because like I try to do this exercise every now and then and be like, hey, what is it 10 years from now that I'll be looking back on and saying like, man, I wish that I had whatever that was, whether it's friendships or health or, you know, there'll be an element of me that's like, dude, you had it so good. You know, it's like, you had it so good. You were like, oh, well, I don't have this and this and this, but, you know, you were moving around just fine. You were, you know, training jujitsu with people like that.
Your dick was getting hard.
Yeah, your fucking wings rock hard in the morning still. Exactly, you know? So be grateful for those things.
Absolutely.
And that goes for any age. I mean, you really can.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you guys for watching. Hey, I know that was a little bit of a ramble. If you're still with us, you're a legend. And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, let us know if there's some more, you know, thought-provoking songs like this. That these are some of my favorite reactions.
Me too.
This genuinely like makes me introspective, makes me think about my life. And we didn't even talk about the song that much, but it's like, to me, that's like really the indication of a great song is when it's like, dude, it just brings up so many emotions and becomes so personal because you relate to it.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for watching, guys.
We will see you on the next one. Peace.